Blessed be the name of the Lord. You know, I want to talk to the young musicians right now, even if this might help some of the older musicians. I had a good question on this video about the type of music to bring and present to your choir and the problems that you have with it. And once again, I'm just a nobody, but if I can give some kind of advice to help somebody, hey, to God be the glory. I don't think I'm all of that, never will, never have, and never will. Music to bring to your choir or praise team. Good question. And I'm going to say this off top. Everything is not going to fit for your choir or praise team. You're going to have people come up to you with certain songs, and they're going to want to do it, and then when you tell them no, they're going to have an attitude with you because they're going to think you're being funny. But the problem is, folks don't understand. You got the first thing I tell any beginner musician, learn what goes with your choir or praise team. Learn your people in there first. See what kind of harmony you dealing with and what kind of style you dealing with, because every song you try to do is not going to work. Point blank. And the problem is with most people, they get excited and they hear a song just because everybody else is doing it, and then they bring it to the minister of music and they expect the minister of music to do it with no problem and give them no feedback. And they don't understand. I'm going to tell you what I do as a minister of music. I do what a lot of the people in the choir won't do. And other minister of music, a lot of them don't do this. They just bring a song. You know what I do? I sit down and listen at the song first. See what kind of song it is. Do it even fit with the choir? Are they even able to do it? I sit there and I go through it. And I can tell right then if it works for the choir or the praise team or not. And they get mad at you when you say, no, it ain't going to work. And then you know what I do? I try some of them anyway. Just so I can show them it ain't going to work. Because too many people are caught on the CD. You are not that choir on the CD. You are not those musicians on the CD. Some people don't have second tenors, high sopranos, altos that can sing soprano also. See, it's too many people trying to do all the latest and happening music, but you don't have that type of choir or praise team. And I'm not talking bad about nobody. I'm just speaking real. You can't do every song. And people are going to get frustrated at you all the time. Because it's too easy for people to get hyped up on the beat. Half of these people in a lot of these choirs ain't doing them but sitting up there dancing no way. Excuse me. So this is just my little tiny advice. Listen, always listen to the song. Don't just listen to the song before you even take it to the church. And if somebody gonna lead the song, they need to have their lead part already down before they get to rehearsal. See, here's the problem in too many rehearsals. Too many people going to rehearsal unprepared. Minister of music and all. I tell the musicians, y'all need to know the music before you get to church, because when you get to church and try to learn the music and teach choir part harmony, you got a big conflict. You're trying to teach the words and the lyrics, because people ain't, when you send the music out, half of the people ain't going to listen to the song no way. That's why I say it cuts a lot of time. See, what I do, I send the music out ahead of time. My choir already know what they're going to do way before Sunday. Sometimes I send stuff out a month or two ahead of time. I send a leader whatever they need. I send a lyric. Half of the people working at a computer anyway, so it's too easy to open up the computer. And even if you don't know your harmony, you can listen and learn the words. Instead of when you get to rehearsal, you got to teach the words and the lyrics. That takes up too much time. Some people go to rehearsal to teach the lyrics, the harmony, and the music. You done spent the hour on one song. And now you got people frustrated. Some of them coming to church already frustrated anyway and ready to go home. Everything don't work for your choir. And as a minister of music, you can't be no weak minister of music. You got to put things in order. You got to stand up and tell people, hey, this is what it's going to be. That's what you are hired in there for. The minister of music. Some ain't getting paid at all, though. Good God Almighty. But that is your job, to do what you do in that corner. The music ministry is your department. You are the leader, and you can't let folks run all over you. And I tell any minister of music, quit going to rehearsal unprepared. Don't let nobody see you unprepared. Have your music, have your harmony, your parts together. Whatever you're going to teach, go in there with your head on straight every week. And I know it gets frustrating because you deal with a lot of ignorant people in rehearsal. You're dealing with Mother Nature. You ain't just dealing with people mad and angry from work. You got some of these women, they be on their cycle, they be crazy. I'm just keeping it real. And they frustrated, they crazy. And you got to deal with it. That's why you got to go in with your mind clear and be ready for whatever in rehearsal. So when people bring these songs to you, you got to just be humble and tell them in a nice, humblest way, hey, I don't think this will fit with our choir, but let's go ahead and try it anyway. You sitting here with probably 10 members, choir members. Now, let me just say this right, because I done seen it where you can, it depends on who you got, because you can take a 5-piece and blow the roof off of the church. I done seen it done with a 3-piece. 1 soprano, 1 alto, 1 tenor. I done seen it sound like a whole choir. But the problem is there's too many lazy people in the choir. You got a lot of laziness in the choir, and a lot of people ain't going to push out. They depend on other people to sing their notes out. And then when them people that ain't there that sing out miss, you really see what you got in the choir. So you got to quit getting caught up on the CD. And then the other problem is everybody want to sing just like the singer on the CD. You got to do your own style. You got to do you. You take the concept out of the song, you learn it, and then you got to do you. But there's so many minister of music trying to play just like the person on the CD. That's why they don't have their own style. I tell people in a minute, being creative, music is a form of art, a form of creation, creativity. You be you. You can't be singing, trying to sing like somebody else. Can't be trying to play like somebody else all the time. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to, take certain things from people, but to sit here and try to mark people all the way through, that's crazy to me. But that's just my opinion. I don't get involved in all that. I do my own style. I do what God blessed me with. God didn't bless me to play like P.J. Morgan. So I'm not finna try to get up here and play like P.J. Morgan. I don't play like Ezra Buford. I don't play like Mitty Man. I don't play like A.G. Praise, so on and so on. They don't play like me. We all got our own style and we bringing something to the table. Just because I don't play their way don't mean I'm better than them. And they don't mean they better than me. So we need to get out of this stupid stuff. But when it comes to this music, just be careful with it. Because most people, they going to do what you don't do. I mean, they not going to do what you do. It's your job to, I tell the people like this, evaluate the CD first. Some musicians get so hyped up and somebody give them a song and they say, oh, they run with it then. It could be a terrible rehearsal. Everybody frustrated. What makes me mad is when the people that want to do the CD, they bring you the CD and they don't even know the damn song themselves. Man, excuse my language, but I got to say it like that. They don't even know the song. God Almighty. Whew. The things you deal with as a minister of music. The things you deal with. You got to stand boldly. I'll check folks in a minute. Hey, are you the minister of music? Are you the director? Are you teaching the song? Well, shut up and sit down. If you don't want to be a part of it, go sit down somewhere. Because half of these people in the choir don't even need to be in the choir no way. Like Mitty Man say, some of them in the choir know they need to be on the kitchen crew, the kitchen committee. I think they need to be ushering on the door doing something else. See, it's too many people trying to do what God didn't bless them to do. And I mean that in a good way. I mean that in a good way. I'm a keyboard player. What in the world I'm getting in the corner picking up a lead guitar for? That ain't my instrument. I stick with what God blessed me with. You feel what I'm saying? So when people come up to you with these songs, it's your decision. You got to stand boldly, tell people what work and what ain't going to work, because you look at what you are dealing with in your choir stand. Especially if you don't have no band. A lot of people want to imitate these CDs. It's like Mitty Man. Mitty Man don't have no help. That's why I love your style, Mitty Man, because when you don't have help, it's hard being the only musician, man. You got to play everything. You don't have that bass player. You don't have that lead guitar, that drum beat. It's hard, man. And you wonder why the songs don't sound like they should. It ain't your fault that you don't have a band. It's hard to get a band in these churches. It's hard just to get a minister of music in these churches. If you ain't talking 500, 600 and up, half of them ain't gonna even fool with you. This is just my little opinions from a, little nobody like me, man. That's my little advice, You can't do every song. Every song ain't for your choir or church. And quit letting people, try to push it over on you. You the minister of music. Folks come in your corner out of order. It's your job to put them in check. That's why half of the people they can't stand me, man. Because God is the God of order. So if we can learn how to stay in order, oh, how would the church run then? Problem is we got too many out of order churches. Out of order. Nobody want to live by the word and do the will of God, the way God say do it. If we would live by this word and have church like we supposed to have church according to the way God say, it will be a beautiful thing every Sunday. But you mess up the whole service by putting yourself in there. Watch out when people bring you these songs and then they get mad at you. If you ain't got but 7 people, quit trying to do all these brand new songs when they got all this equipment and way more singers than you do. Now, to the people that's advanced, this don't apply to them because they can get in there and do what they do. You can get that group that's just serious about God. Let me say it like this. There are people that's serious for God, and then there are people just up there for decoration. The real true choir members and praise team leaders go that extra mile. They study their music and they come in there and they give it all they got like it's Sunday. Your rehearsal should be a praise just like Sunday. Just my opinion. God bless.